الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. هذه مادة اللغة الإنجليزية للمستوى الثالث في قسم الدعوة والاحتساب، وكذلك هي نفس المادة للمستوى السادس في قسم الشريعة، وهي للطلاب وطالبات انتساب المطور. وهذه هي الحلقة السادسة، السادسة من هذا المنهج. وأكرر دائما بجميع الأخوان الطلاب والطالبات استخدام القاموس لمعرفة كلمات باللغة الإنجليزية. Today we start the same book, page 24, North Star Reading and Writing, page 24, reading for main ideas. Reading for main ideas. Page 24. Check, yes, a sentence that best describes the main idea of reading one. Okay? We have here three statements. We have here three statements. You have to choose one of them. Okay? Which one describes the main idea of reading one? We have, of course, reading one. We already finished that one. Just think of them. Number one, Zachary believes that growing up on a farm is great for children. Number two, Zachary explains why he thinks all children should grow up on farms. And number three, Zachary explains why he thinks it's great to grow up on a farm instead of in the city. So which one you think? As you know, the main idea always should be more general, right? It shouldn't be very specific. So what do you think? Which one? Just try to read them before you listen to my answer. Just try to guess which one describes the main idea of reading one. I think the last one, number C, explains or describes the main idea of reading one. Zachary explains why he thinks it's great to grow up on a farm instead of in the city, because he gave us reasons, right? So he thinks that it's great to grow up on a farm instead of a city. He likes to grow up in a farm more than a city. So I think this is the right answer for this question. Number two, Zachary gives four main reasons to support his idea. Choose the sentences that best express these four reasons. Label them 1 to 4 as they appear in the reading. Now again, try to just read them. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 statements. Try to read them and choose 4 of them, and of course they should be by order. So let's just choose which one, number 1. He just gave us, different reasons, right? Or main reasons to support his main idea. Now, reason number 1, if you just go to the paragraph, first, farm kids are too busy with farm work to get into trouble with guns, drugs, and alcohol like a lot of city kids do, right? Which one is very close to this one? I think number D. Farm children are too busy doing farm work to get into trouble. So number D, it should be number 1 because this is reason number 1. What about number 2? Which one should be number 2? I think just read again one by one and we will notice. So second reason here said, second, farm kids understand at an early age what's really important in life. So number 2, if you read number A, farm children understand at an early age more about life and death than city kids. So this is, I think, should be number 2. Number 3, if you just go back, it said, in addition, farm kids have a much better understanding of nature than do many city kids. So you can see number F, farm children understand more about nature than city children. So please try to do them again and complete this exercise. Now let's move to the next exercise, reading for details. Reading for details. Read each statement. Part of the sentence is incorrect. Correct it, then write the number of the paragraph that matches this statement. So we need 2 things now. To correct the sentence and to write the number of the paragraph. So number A. Farm kids have to do a lot of work on the farm, such as milk the cows, water the crops, and sell vegetables. So which one here is incorrect? We have only one phrase which is incorrect. Farm kids have to do a lot of work on the farm, such as milk the cows, that's right, this is in a farm. Water the crops, that's right, this is in a farm. What about sell vegetables? This is not in a farm, right? This is in market. So we correct it and we might say and feed animals. We can say and feed animals. Just correct this mistake, cross out sell vegetables and write and feed animals. Which paragraph here? If you just go back and check this sentence, you will find it in paragraph number 2. Paragraph number 2. So this is example. Let's just take one more example also, just to make sure that you are following us here. I feed and water the animals every day, and I water the crops every once in a while. Okay? Which one? I feed and water the animals every day, and I water the crops every once in a while. So which one you think it's right? Which one is incorrect here? Just try to think of the incorrect here and try to correct it, and also write the number of the paragraph. So we did one example here, number A. So try to do the same one because we have many exercises here. So try please to do to complete the exercise and find the mistake and correct it and write the paragraph number. Let's now move to page 25. Let's now move to page 25. Number 1. Read the statements and check yes, the ones that you think Zachary Blaine would agree with. Discuss your answers with a partner. We have 6 statements here. Farm kids would like to do the things that city kids do. You think Zachary likes this statement or no? That means that the farm kids like city more than farm, but Zachary doesn't like that. So I think this is not okay. He doesn't agree with this one. Number 2, most city kids get into trouble with the drugs and alcohol. Do you think this is what he thinks, or he agrees to this one? I think yes, that Zachary thinks that most city kids get into trouble with drugs and alcohol. So this is, of course, one of the points that Zachary believes in or agrees to. Number 3, growing up with a lot of responsibility is good for kids. You think Zachary believes in this statement or no? I think if you read the paragraph very well, if you read his points, his reasons, you will agree with him or he agrees that growing up with a lot of responsibility is good for kids. So also this is okay. So I think number 2 and 3 that Zachary Blaine would agree with number 2 and 3. So let's now move to same page 25. Number B, reading 2, leaving the farm. 100 years ago, most farmers in the United States were small farmers. Now, large farming companies do more and more of the farming. Many small farmers can't compete. They sell their farms and move their families to the city. What do you think of this statement? I think now, even maybe in some cities in Saudi Arabia, we have the same situation. That some people now, the farmer companies now getting more and more, and the small companies now, or the small farms now, is disappearing now. So I think this is the same case in Saudi Arabia, and I think some of you who at least know the situation in some farms in Saudi Arabia, they agree with me. This is right, or this is right. Situation in Saudi Arabia as in the US. Okay, let's read this article about a farm family in North Dakota who recently moved to the city. Okay, we have here a very long passage here, because we have many exercises here, so we don't have time for this one. So let's just read by yourself, and also try to listen to this passage in the CD at the back of the book. Of course, we have here some new words like grieving, feeling very sad when we have lost somebody or something we love. Okay, this is the meaning of grieving, right? And also another word called mall, which I think everybody now knows, a large building with a lot of stores in it. So this is mall. So let's go to page 26 now. 26. Now answer the following questions. Check your answer with a partner. Why does Mr. Halley drive back to his old farm once a week? What do you think? Why does he drive back to the farm every week? I think that the answer is very clear. You know that Halley or Mr. Halley, he wants to be connected to the farm life because he spent all his life in a farm. So once a week he goes to his farm just to remember and or to be connected to the farm because he spent most of his life there in the farm. So he likes the farm because he lived there for a long time and he wants to remember his life there. Number 2, are the Halleys happy they decided to sell the farm? Explain. Of course, for the father, he was, according to the passage, he couldn't get more money, so that's he moved. But for the kids and everybody in the family, I think, according to the passage, they are happy because it's easy and they are more rewarding to live in, and because there are some malls and more friends and stuff like that. So most of them like it to move to the city. Now let's move to number C, linking reading 1 to 2. Look at reading 1 and 2 again. What are the advantages and disadvantages of living in a city or living in the country? Write your answers on a separate piece of paper in a chart like the one below. We have here city living and country living. Advantages and disadvantages. I think for everybody now, it's very easy to write maybe more than one advantage for the city life and more than one advantage for the country life, and also you can write more than one disadvantage for the city life and more than one disadvantage for the country life. So just let's take one example or two about this point here. Maybe advantage of a city living. Some people might say, in the city you might get more money, more work, and more, shopping centers maybe. All these are, advantages of city life. What about, advantages of country life? Maybe less problems, fresh air, few people there. What about disadvantages in the city living? Maybe some people might say some of the disadvantages of city life, more problems, a lot of people there, no fresh air. What about country life? What are some of the disadvantages? I think, for many people, one of the most common disadvantage in country life, there are no enough, activities. People cannot make enough money, right? So there is less money in countryside than in cities. While cities, they can do more work and more activities and they can get more money, of course. So these are just only little in comparison between city living and country living, and you can add more reasons on more advantages and disadvantages for city living and for country living. It's very easy, I think. So you can just write on a piece of paper more reasons or more advantages and disadvantages, and you can just review them. Now answer the following question and discuss it with your class. Where do you think it is best to raise a family? In the country or a city? Of course, this is very important question, and I think everybody has his own or her own answer. Some people like to live in a city. Some people like to live in a country. And of course, if you like to live in a city, just give reasons why you like it. And if you like to live in a country or the country, also you need to give reasons why you like in the country. So I think it's a debate here. Some people, and of course everybody has the option, has the right to decide. Nobody can force you or to tell you city life is better than the country life, or the country life is better than city life. I think everybody has his own decision and his own right to decide and to like whatever he likes, whether city or the country. Now let's move to page 27, please. Page 27. Focus on vocabulary. The word use can be used in different ways and have different meanings. Read the following sentences. Sentence number 1. I use a computer to write my reports. Meaning, I write my reports with a computer. Definition: use, to do something with something, a tool, machine, etc. Sentence number 2. I used to live in the country. Now I live in New York City. Meaning, I lived in the country in the past, but now I live in New York City. Definition: used to was done in the past, but is not done now. Sentence number 3. I am used to the noise. At first, the sound of the traffic kept me awake at night. After living in the city for 5 years, the noise doesn't bother me. Meaning, at the beginning, the noise was strange to me and kept me awake at night, but now I am familiar with it and can sleep. Definition: get used to, be or become familiar with something or someone so that it doesn't seem strange or unusual or difficult. So there are 3 different ways of you to use the word use, okay? So each one is different, of course. So try to read them one by one and to focus on them, and try to focus on the examples given here. So just to make sure that you understand the differences between these 3 uses, now complete the sentences with the correct form. Use, used to, be used to. Let's just take some of them here. Number 1, she, space, make all her own bread when she was younger. So this is in the past. So we might use, which one? I think we use the second one. She used to make all her own bread when she was younger. Let's move to number 2. Most farmers, space, waking up before the sun. So which one you think? Which one you recommend? Which one you suggest? Which one you like more? Number 2, most farmers, I think, if you just pay attention, most farmers are used to waking up before the sun. So the third one are used to. Number 3, in the city, people, space, waiting in long lines at the bank or post office, okay? Which one you think? Most in the city, people, can you say which one? I think in the city, people are used to waiting in long lines at the bank or post office. Now let's try together solve number 4. Most Americans, space, live on farms. Today, most Americans live in cities or towns. Okay? So that means it was in the past. So which one we use in the past? So I think most Americans, which one you think? I think most Americans used to. Most Americans used to live on farms. Today, most Americans live in cities or towns. So this is number 4. Let's just take one more example. Number 5. These days, farmers, space, machines to milk the cows. So which one? Is it to do something, or was done in the past, or be or become familiar with something or someone, or get used to, so that it doesn't seem strange or unusual or difficult? I think for number 5, we should say these days farmers use machines to milk the cows. Okay? I think it's very clear now. Just for this exercise, it's very clear. Just to differentiate between the three different ways of using the word use. Okay, it's very clear. So try to understand the differences between them, and try to know the difference in the meaning and the use of these three ways, and to use them in your exercise. Now let's move now to page 28. Page 28, please. Now I think page 28, this is the last exercise. Page 28, this is the last exercise for today's lecture. This is lecture number 6. So this is the last activity or exercise. Read the clues. Complete the crossword puzzle with word from the box. So in every box, we have, how many words we have? We have 12 words here in the box. They are birth, courage, crops, dependent, income, nature, proud, quit, raises, responsibility, sunrise, and woods. Again, I recommend that everybody should check his dictionary or her dictionary to find the meaning of each word in this book, and always try to use English dictionary just to know the meaning of each word. It's very important. I repeat again and again, always try to use the dictionary for every word that's new for you or you don't know the meaning of that word. Okay, let's just take some examples here. Across, across, from left to right, from left to right. Number 1, I don't want to take care of a cat. I don't want to worry about it or feed it. This man does not want space for a cat. So just look at number 1. This man does not want what? Which one? I think it's already there. Doesn't want responsibility for a cat. I think this is very clear. So try to complete this exercise and by yourself, word by word. Check your dictionary and know the meaning. Okay, just before you fill this blank. Let's just take one example also from the down. I have got more chickens. Page 9. I have got more chickens than you could count. I have black ones, brown ones, grey ones. I have young ones and old ones. What kind of chicken are you looking for? This farmer, just look, start with R. Farmer, what? We can say raises chickens. So please, for everybody, try to complete this exercise as a homework. If you have questions, we can discuss it later on when we meet online later on. So please try to do this homework and to do these words. And as always, please remember to use your dictionary for every new word. Check your dictionary, English dictionary, and find the meaning. If you don't know the meaning, just try to explain to yourself, ask somebody. When we meet together, we'll talk about some words. But I think most words here are very easy, and I'm sure that if you learn those words, you can speak English very well. But try to learn word by word, and try to remember them, and to memorize them, and try to know the meaning of each one, and to give examples of them, and try to learn the pronunciation of each word. And I think that's very easy way to learn English. So many people ask, how can we learn English? And they go and read in Arabic. Just read in Arabic. How can you learn in English and you read in Arabic? I think this is contradictions. This is not a good way. You have to read in English and to learn in English, understand in English, listen in English, and speak in English, and that's all. If you use Arabic, you will not learn the language, and I think this is very important. This is not my view. This is the view of all specialist people in this language teaching and learning. And that's all for today. وهذه نهاية الحلقة السادسة والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.